Today I'm going to show you how to build this computer. Stay tuned. Today we're going to go over the basics of assembling a computer. Let's go over the parts we're going to use. For the case, we're going to use the Fractal Design Focus G. And for a power supply, we're going to use the EVGA Bronze 650 watt modular supply. For a motherboard, we're going to use the Asus TUF B450 Pro. And for a processor, we're going to use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen 5 3600. For memory for this build, we're going to use G.Skill Ripjaw 3200, 16 gigs of DDR4. And then for storage, we're going to use the Crucial P1 NVMe 1TB SSD. And for video card, we're going to use the GeForce GT710 for just a basic card, just to get us started. So now let's get on with the build. The first step we're going to take is to remove the motherboard from the box. It would be a good idea to put the motherboard on an anti-static pad, but if you don't have one, you can always use the motherboard box. To install the CPU, gently lift up the retaining arm and then lower the CPU into the socket, making sure to orient the CPU properly. Then lower the retaining arm back down. To install your memory modules, open the clips on the sides of the memory slots and lower your modules into place. Repeat this for each module that you're installing. Some motherboards require you to install a standoff in the M2 slot to hold the M2 drive down. Install this and make sure not to over tighten it. Just tighten it snugly. Install the M.2 drive, just slide it into the slot and secure it with the screw that came with the standoff. For our cooler, we are going to need to remove the motherboard's factory cooler retaining clips. Now lower the CPU cooler into place and tighten the screws a few turns at a time in a crosshatch pattern. Now temporarily install your video card so we can bench test the motherboard. Now we can hook up the power supply so we can bench test the motherboard. See the video in the description for where I go into more detail on this. Now that we know that the motherboard works, lower the power supply into place and secure it with the screws provided. Now install the I/O shield into the case that came with your motherboard. Now it's time to install the motherboard standoffs. Make sure to use the motherboard as a reference to where they should go. Now carefully lower the motherboard into position. Now install the screws that hold the motherboard in. I recommend doing this loosely until you get them all in and then tighten them down. Now install all of the front header plugs. Refer to the motherboard's documentation or the motherboard manufacturer's website for their proper locations. Your case's USB 2.0 and 3.0 plugs can go in next. Now remove as many PCI slot covers as are required to accommodate your graphics card. Some graphics cards require 2 and even 3 slots to be removed. Now install your graphics card and secure it to the case with a screw. Now it's time to hook up the power supply. If you chose a modular power supply, you're going to have to hook up the cables to the power supply first. I'm routing my power supply cables through the back of the motherboard, but wherever you route yours, just make sure that they're free from obstructions and fans. When plugging the power cables into the motherboard, make sure you support the back of the board so you don't flex it too much. Make sure you manage your cables with tie straps. Nobody likes messy cable management. Not only is this better for cooling, but it looks better too. Now it's time to hook your computer up and post it for the first time. So hit the power button and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Now, just one more step and we're finished. And that's all there is to assembling a computer. This platform can be used for many different things. If you wanted a gaming rig, you would simply install a different video card. This computer here is going to be used to stream video to YouTube. So based on what you want to do, you would just pick your parts accordingly. So one of the things that I would change on this computer here is the cooler that comes with the Ryzen 5 3600 simply isn't adequate. What would you change? Please, in the comments, let me know what you would do. If this was helpful, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel. and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I release new videos. Thanks again.